Hello, I'm Bobbi de Cordova Hanks, your host for the Jacksonville Connection. On today's show, we'll spend a few minutes chatting with President Charles Spence, learn a little bit about why we celebrate Community College Week, hear Dr. Sharon Cooper tell us about the Institute of the South for Hospitality and Culinary Arts, take a glimpse into the future with the Regional Science Fair, and talk with Councilman Matt Carlucci about the all-new Jacksonville Commission on Family and Marriage. At this time, I'd like to introduce you to Chairman of the Board, Mr. Alton Yates, and Susan Chappell, our admissions officer. I know we're both here to talk about Community College Week, Susan and Mr. Yates. Before we get started with what's happening during that week, I'd like to ask you a question, Mr. Yates. How do you see the role of Florida Community College in the community?
I like to think of the role of the college as more of a mission, and the mission of that college being to serve both Duval and Nassau County with a quality of education at an affordable price that is unmatched anywhere else in these United States. And I think we do that, and we do it very well. In addition to that, to provide a college transfer program for our students who will be going on to the university system. We serve some 25,000 college credit students in our institution, and we certainly believe that we're providing them with the best possible education. But in addition to those 25,000, we have 48,000 non-credit students whom we are providing a whole array of services for. In addition to those students, we also provide a host of services to the business community. For new businesses who are locating into the Jacksonville area, we will provide the training for any new employees that they're going to be bringing on board. All they need to do is let us know when they're going to be ready to open for business in Jacksonville, and we will provide them with a cadre of well-trained employees ready to go to work. For existing businesses, we will provide upgrade training for their existing employees, and we think that we do a much better job of that than anybody else in the whole country. Not only for businesses, but we do that same service for local government. And most of the businesses and government agencies in Jacksonville take advantage of those services.
Would you say that that's the main reason why some new businesses do relocate to Jacksonville, because of our ability to train their personnel?
Oh, there's no question about it. Long ago, we pretty much decided that we would not allow the Chamber of Commerce to recruit business outside of Jacksonville unless there was a representative from Florida Community College along with them on that recruiting tour. You know, in order to be able to sell these services, we need someone who can talk about what Florida Community College has to offer, and we do that.
Well, Susan, that certainly sounds like a lot of reasons for us to celebrate Community College Week. Can you give us a wrap-up and tell us exactly why we celebrate Community College Week?
Sure. Mr. Yates has very aptly said a very large number of reasons why we celebrate. In our district, we're celebrating Community College Week, April 10th through 15th, in order to heighten community awareness of all that FSCJ does, and also to salute our stars. Our stars are our students and our graduates and our many partners in the business community.
Are we going to have any special events coming up for this Community College Week? Could you give us a wrap-up in the minute or so we have left?
Yes, we will be highly visible in a number of the businesses, which are very strong partners. But in addition, we'll have activities at the Landing during the weekdays, April 10th through 14th, and we will also be at Roosevelt Mall on Saturday, the 15th of April.
Well, it certainly sounds like we have an interesting week ahead, and I am very appreciative of both of you for coming and sharing your views on FSCJ, our role in the community, and on the good happenings coming up for Community College Week. Thanks again for being here.
Thank you.
Thank you for having us.
doing?
We're watching Steve.
Yeah.
Look.
Oh, he is so gorgeous. I'd love to meet him sometime.
He doesn't smoke.
Yeah, he doesn't even want to be around smokers.
Come on, Kathy, get with it. Smoking's out.
Yeah.
Don't be left out of the crowd. Don't smoke. The American Heart Association. We're fighting for your life.
With me now is Sharon Cooper, Assistant Dean of Consumer and Human Services, to tell us a little bit about the Institute of the South. Welcome, Sharon. It's so good to have you here.
Hi, Bobby. It's good to be here.
Recently, we broke ground for a new building on the North Campus, and I understand that that will house the Institute of the South.
Yes, it will. It will actually house our culinary facilities, which will be a state-of-the-art cooking facilities.
What else have you planned for the Institute?
We have, for the Institute, is comprised of 3 major divisions. The hotel, motel, or hospitality area, which will offer a Associate of Science degree, as well as have non-credit industry-related courses. And then the second area would be the culinary arts, or the restaurant management, which would have an AS degree in restaurant management, and the non-credit program in culinary arts, and then dietetic technology, which has, again, the AS degree, a dietary manager's certificate, and the institutional food service. So we're a multi-purpose institute, which makes us unusual in this region of the country.
Well, it sounds, Sharon, like we are really covering all bases and answering a need that the community has for people to work in this industry. Is that correct?
Yes, it is. We serve both Duval and Nassau County, and our first responsibility is to the training in the hospitality industry for our local needs. But people should be well aware that the food service industry is the major industry in the state of Florida and hires the majority of the people within the state.
I understand that people can not only go into this industry for the first time, but can enhance their present careers and upgrade their knowledge through the Institute also. Is that true?
Yes. One of our major roles is not only provide the initial training, but to encourage people to retrain and to upgrade their skills within the industry. And we're working with a number of the association here there locally, the Jacksonville Hotel Motel Association, the Chefs Association, and the Restaurant Association, all of which have members that are very interested in the kind of training, what we call fast-track training, which would take their employees where they are now and increase their skills, and they would still be on the job.
Do they act as an advisory council? Do they give us advice and tell us what's needed out in the marketplace?
Yes, we have a very active advisory council, and Mr. Fred Posen, who is president of the Jacksonville Hotel Motel Association, is the chairman of our advisory committee. And we have representatives from the hospitality industry, from the culinary industry, and from the dietetics industry that all serve on our advisory council. And they're very actively involved in helping us to decide the curriculum decisions that need to be made, as well as in our recruitment and promotional efforts.
Now, I understand that the culinary arts part of the Institute will be housed at North Campus, but isn't it true that right now, at this very present time, training is going on?
Yes, one of the points that we really want to make to people is the fact that training is currently taking place on Kent campus as well as in various sites throughout the community. So we are not campus bound only when it might come to our culinary facilities, and we have a commercial kitchen right now on Kent campus. But we are very mobile and currently offering classes, and I encourage anyone out there who is interested in the hospitality field to join us as soon as possible.
And give you a call. Well, I know that there are a lot of people out there that might be very interested in working in this field, and they will be sure to give us a call and find out what kind of training is available right this very moment. Thank you so much, Sharon. It's very interesting to hear all that's in the future for the Institute of the South.
Thanks for having me, Bob. I enjoyed it.
My pleasure.
To pursue an education is to pursue a dream. A dream of a college degree, of improved job skills, of a new career, of a richer life. For more than 20 years, Florida Community College at Jacksonville has believed in dreams and dreamers. Our quality faculty, modern facilities, student support services, and diversified courses and programs will help you realize your dreams. FCCJ, for a chance to dream and the opportunity to succeed.
Councilman Matt Carlucci talking about the all-new upcoming Jacksonville Commission on Family and Marriage. Welcome, Matt. It's so good to have you here.
Good to be here, Bobbi.
Tell me, what exactly is the Jacksonville Commission on Family and Marriage?
Well, the commission is a group of volunteers, citizens from different aspects of our community and occupations, etc., that will make up a commission of about 15 that will address issues on family and marriage. There's a lot of things that the commission will do, and if you'd like for me to, I'll just try to go through some
Please do that.
Okay. I'll kind of start with the technical part of it, and then I'll go on to what I think is the most exciting part of it. Some of the technical things it'll do is it will look at what our city is doing to help strengthen the family unit here in Jacksonville, from services that we already have and that we already offer, and how those services can be either expanded or improved or stayed the same. It just depends on what they find. Another thing that they will do is issue a report card every year, a report card on the status of family and marriage in Jacksonville. In other words, how's Jacksonville doing? Are our families strong here in Jacksonville, or are our families, do we have a problem with families staying together? And my guess is that they'll find there's a high divorce rate and separation rate here in Jacksonville, just from the preliminary homework I did at the clerk of the court's office. And so it will do a report card on just exactly how is family and marriage doing in Jacksonville.
Will you be having seminars and workshops for parents with or without families?
Yes, ma'am, and it'll even be for single parents. And this is what I think is the exciting part of the commission, because you can do demographics, and you can do statistics, and you can come up with all kinds of graphs and report cards, and that's a good part of the bill. Believe me, I really believe that it is. But that's not not the total picture. The total picture is what are we doing to try to help families. And I felt like Jacksonville, and I feel like any government, should try to offer something to help strengthen the family unit in their local community. And so we will, this commission, as it starts, hopefully will have maybe 4 to 5 forums a year that will address different issues that concern themselves with family and marriage. Single parenting will be one. Forums will have topics such as how to enhance your relationship with your spouse, how to enhance your relationship with your children. It'll try to target in on the positive aspects of marriage and not really the negative aspects. We hear so many of the bad things about what happens in families and marriages. We want to try to reinforce those positives, and by doing that, it'll strengthen that family unit. So we'll talk about raising adolescents, what families should be doing to stay together. And so I'm really excited. I think the potential for this is unlimited.
Well, it sounds like that's very true, and I'm sure you're aware, Matt, that many of our students here at FCCJ are what we call non-traditional students. They're a little bit older than the average high school graduate. They may or may not have children. They're trying to juggle school and careers. Do you see working together with FCCJ in the future?
Oh, yes, ma'am. Matter of fact, one of the first people that I spoke to about this idea before I even put it in the form of legislation was Dr. Spence, and who I have found to be a great community servant to this city, and I think very highly of him. And I'm not saying that because I'm on the FCCJ program. I guess that's what this program is sponsored by FCCJ. But he was, right away, he said, I think it's a good idea. He said, anything that our college can do to help in offering facilities and this type of thing, we're all behind it. And, of course, this does not have the traditional so-called 19 to 21-year-old students. You have that age group here, but you have the older students as well. And what I would like to see this commission address is not only the families that are in that traditional family age. You know, I guess traditional family age goes up to 75 or 100 if you are so fortunate to live that long. But, but also, I want to see interaction of this commission with students from the high school range up through college, because they're the ones that are stepping out in our families of tomorrow.
Well, for a wrap-up, Matt, when do you see this commission starting up and getting busy with what they have to do?
Bobbi, I wish we could start today, but we can't. We have to, the commission has to be appointed, and the mayor's administration will be appointing those particular people to the commission. And then once they're appointed, they have to be approved by the city council, and that in itself takes 6 weeks. As a process, it takes 6 weeks. So I'm going to say probably early to midsummer we'll start seeing it put together. And
well, we'll be looking forward to the Jacksonville Commission on Family and Marriage. Right. And I very much appreciate you being here today, Matt. It was a very interesting segment for all of us.
Thank you. I enjoyed being here, Bobbi.
Would you give a cigarette to your unborn child? You do, every time you smoke while you're pregnant. Pregnant mothers, please, don't smoke.
And now we'd like you to join a regular feature here on the Jacksonville Connection, the President's Corner.
Hello, I'm Chuck Spence, President of Florida Community College, and I'm glad to be a part of the Jacksonville Connection program today. I'd just like to share a few things that are happening here in the college, and some very positive things, and also some things that I think we need to worry about collectively. Let me start with the positive. I just called our research office to find out what our student enrollment was looking like for this year. And as you may or may not remember, a few years ago, we had an enrollment decline at this college that had never happened before. And that decline, I'm happy to tell you, has turned around totally. And this year, we're probably going to see over a 14% increase in the number of students that we serve. We count students funny ways. We count them in ways called FTEs, and if that means a full-time equivalent student. And if you add that up, that means that we'll serve about 1,800 more FTEs this year than we did last year. But if you count it in terms of individual students, if we line those students up, we might be talking about as many as 7,000 or 8,000 more students. And so when we look at FSCJ in terms of the tremendous growth that it's experiencing and the responsibilities then that it has to serve this community, it's an irony then that I get the first budget proposed out of our state Senate, which I just received yesterday. That's not good news. The legislators' first run of the budget for community colleges would include a $1.7 million cut for this college. And that would translate into 75 to 100 fewer faculty and staff members. And so we need to continually tell our legislators and people who participate in our legislative activities that Florida Community College needs more help for next year, not less help. We can't serve 8,000 more people next year and receive nearly $2 million less. I know you join me in congratulating our women's basketball team that has gone into the national playoffs and was ranked #1 and #2 in the nation. I feel very good about their accomplishments, and also our campus newspaper, which has come under some criticism recently, as you know, and I think fair criticism, justified criticism, for a couple issues which most people were not happy with. But that newspaper, prior to those issues, won an outstanding national award for the quality that they exhibited in the past, and I know they exhibit in the future. One of the things that we're talking about in this college is how to increase even more the success of our students in student activities. And one of the things that we have just agreed to do is to study new ways and more ways in which we can create clubs and activities for students here at Florida Community College, sponsored by faculty, that directly relate to how they can be more successful in the curriculum that they're studying. And I hope to be telling you in future programs about many of the new programs that we'll be creating to make students even more successful here at Florida Community College. Thanks for letting me talk to you today about a couple things that I am proud about and a couple things I'm worried about too. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Dr. Spence, for sharing the President's Corner with us. We hope you'll all stay with us, and we'll be right back in a few moments.
The dreams of Florida Community College at Jacksonville have always gone hand in hand with the dreams of its students. That's one reason why FCCJ is the 10th largest community college in America today. But size was never our goal. Our goal has always been to meet the needs of our students with a wide selection of courses and programs, a quality faculty, and a special emphasis on individual attention. FCCJ, for a chance to dream and the opportunity to succeed.
Hi, Karen. It's so good to be out here at the Regional Science Fair at South Campus. Tell me, I know there's a long history with regional science fairs. Could you tell me a little bit about the purpose of the science fair and how it came about?
Certainly. The science fair is an exciting opportunity for the kids to do some research. What we're hoping the students will do is learn how to ask questions that are answerable, and then research a topic, learn how to use the library. That's kind of important. Learn how to write a paper. And then they're also going to do an experiment, hopefully something creative, something unique, and use the scientific method well enough. And then they present their projects here, and in doing that they learn poise, they learn delivery, and so the students, I think, learn a lot of things. They learn how how to communicate well. They learn how to do research
And how to socialize with other students.
That's what I was about to say. Right, right.
Well, it's very exciting. I'm amazed at the wealth of knowledge that these children have and how well they present the projects. Who sponsors this? Is the Duval school system involved in this also?
Certainly. FCCJ is a sponsor. The Duval school system is a sponsor. Our primary sponsors are the Kiwanis, the Kiwani clubs of the greater Jacksonville area. They take care of the majority of our financial arrangements. Most of our contribution, FCCJ's contribution, and the Duval school system's contribution is contribution in kind. We provide support, facilities, those kinds of things. In addition, the Educational Community Credit Union has done a great deal for us. They've prepared our awards booklets and things like that, as well as made a major financial contribution.
So it really is a joint effort with a lot of people.
It certainly is.
I know that it's something that these kids look forward to all year. What can they hope for as a result of this? What can some of the winners look for in the future?
Well, 36 of the kids from this fair are going to the state fair. And at the state fair, there are all kinds of exciting awards. There are, of course, scholarships to all of the Florida institutions will be offered. But in addition to those things, there are some financial awards and some opportunities for working in the community. Like NASA offers several work-study scholarships for the summer, internship programs, kinds of things.
At the Cape, where the space program is? Oh, how exciting.
One of the students from Jacksonville, in fact, went last year, and he's undergoing a major change, a change in his college major because of what he did. He's going to now be an aerospace engineer. He thinks it's fantastic.
Isn't that interesting? I think the opportunities are unlimited for these kids. I understand there are 2 winners of the science fair every year. Can you tell us a little bit about that, Karen?
Sure. We have a best overall, the best of show actually, in biological division, and the best overall in the physical division. The best overall in the biological division was Adam Bigby from Stanton. And the best overall in the physical division was Thomas Chu. He is from Terry Parker High School. They were judged as best and fair because their projects were very creative, number one, and number two, they showed incredible scientific thought. They were great projects.
Well, I'm sure their parents and their schools and the community are very proud of them. What do they have to look forward to? Where do they go from here?
They're going in May to the International Fair in Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania. They're going to have some great opportunities up there.
We hope you've enjoyed being out here at the Science Fair. We're going to leave you now with some footage of the fair, and see you next time. Bye-bye now.
Me and My Girl, Broadway's biggest musical comedy hit, promises you'll have love, laughter, and be happy ever after. Now's the time to get your tickets to Broadway's happiest hit, the award-winning musical, Me and My Girl.
And we'll have